You won't believe the story that's coming up. It will truly astonish you. It's a crazy adventure indeed." To their surprise, the radio actually responded, and the answer was quite amusing. Their interest was instantly sparked, and the conversation got hotter, turning the other into a total nerd. "Tommy and Zoo Tiding, let's meet tonight." Paul's mischievousness had everyone in stitches. The conversation grew even more imaginative, and it became clear that Zoo Tiding had already been ensnared by the mischievous prank. They laughed so hard, not knowing that these jokes would land them in a world of trouble. With the signal cut off, the prank came to a close as darkness began to creep in. They arrived at a motel to rest when suddenly the radio crackled with familiar voices, much to their surprise. Dahan had the brilliant idea: let Paul play the role of a woman to lure Zoo Tiding to room 17 for a meet-up. After a run-in with an irritable old man at the front desk, Dahan noted down the score quietly. He even revealed the neighbor's room number to Zoo Tiding. Paul could only shake his head in exasperation. So he had to disguise himself as a woman again to entice Zoo Tiding, reminding him to bring a bottle of pink champagne. Sure enough, Zoo Tiding was once again deceived, agreeing without a second thought, while Paul and Dahan hid next door to eavesdrop. Soon, the roar of a truck filled the air, ushering in a night full of mystery. A big truck parked outside the motel, and Zoo Tiding arrived right on cue, heading toward the neighboring room. Paul and Dahan were as excited as kids, crouching by the wall eagerly awaiting the show. The sounds of an argument echoed, and the old man's wails made their hearts race. This seemed more complicated than they thought. Paul realized that something was quite right and promptly dialed the hotel's front desk. He described the argument he had just overheard, trying to confirm if something was wrong. The front desk's reply left them baffled. They claimed no one was staying next door. They were puzzled and realized they needed a plan to survive this strange night. The next morning, the police showed up at the motel, interrupting Paul, who was still dreaming. The police stated that last night, an assault occurred, with an old man left injured on the highway. The old man was in a hospital receiving treatment, in critical condition, and the front desk implicated them as suspects due to their altercation. Dahan flatly denied it, claiming he had never seen the old man or knew what happened last night. The police decided to take them to the hospital to see the old man, thinking it might help jog their memories. Upon entering the hospital, they were shocked. The old man was unrecognizable due to his injuries. The scene made Paul and Dahan realize the severity of the issue. The prank nearly cost an innocent man's life. With no other choice, they went to the police station to explain everything that happened last night. This was to avoid suffering the same fate as the old man and to provide the police with leads to catch the bad guys. The sheriff gave them a stern reprimand. "Are you two looking for trouble? I've just got another case to deal with. This whole mess is because of your joke, for crying out loud." The suspect is likely a truck driver, and the chances of catching him are slim to none, and he holds grudges. If this goes on, you might end up in the ICU. Paul and Dahan glanced at each other as if to say, well, what else can we do? The sheriff helplessly advised them to leave the area before sunset. Back at the motel, they packed their bags and prepared to hit the road again, with the highway looking desolate. As dusk fell, Paul used the radio to ask if anyone had seen the police around. To their disbelief, Zoo Tiding's voice crackled back, raising their anxiety levels. Someone was clearly settling a score. "Listen, Emma Guy, just kidding around," Paul admitted honestly. But at that moment, Dahan snapped back. "Do you know who I am? You want me to apologize? Don't get ahead of yourself." Upon hearing this, Zoo Tiding remained remarkably calm, actually delivering a chilling remark that sent shivers down their spines. Dahan was momentarily stunned, his previous air of arrogance vanishing instantly. He quickly turned around to check and indeed found a large truck trailing closely behind them. Paul recognized the truck too. It transpired that they had been under surveillance all along from the start. The frightening part was that they were low on gas and would soon be caught. Thinking quickly, Paul veered off onto a side road, successfully shaking off their pursuer. But was the story really over? They arrived at a gas station, kicking off a new round of adventure. Dahan pumped gas outside while Paul went into the store to contact the police. The tension was through the roof. Dahan saw a delivery truck pull into the gas station, and a burly bearded man got out, striding towards Paul. He sensed trouble and thought this guy might be the legendary Zhu Tiding, hurriedly trying to warn Paul.